Well, it is Memorial Day weekend, usually the official kickoff for the summer season in Ocean City, and normally people will be flooding the beach this holiday weekend. So joining us this morning is Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan. It's so nice to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Good morning, Jennifer.
Well, good morning. So we're having to have little technical issues here, and you're joining us by phone there. And thank you for doing that. What does the beach look like right now?
Well, right now, the sun just came out, and that's something we haven't seen a lot of the last few days. And the weather's going to be a little bit iffy. We expect to be a pretty good crowd in Ocean City, but not like we would have seen in past years. I think things are tempered down just a little bit. And we're gonna do everything we can to keep people, social distanced and being courteous to others and really obeying what the same things that they did at home, they need to remember to do when they come here to Ocean City.
So last weekend was really the first weekend that was opened up to visitors, and we saw some pictures from the boardwalk, and there is the camp one that says, if you don't like the crowd, stay home. The other camp says, hey, the boardwalk open, and we're going to get out there and use it. What did you see, and what are some of your impressions?
Well, when the boardwalk opened up, everybody was dying to get outside. So we saw quite a few people come to Ocean City and go up on the boardwalk. And the boardwalk's a narrow thoroughfare. So, people, they were doing their best to social distance. You'd see people walking in groups of twos or fours, some larger groups if they were all one family. Downtown, when it gets a little congested, people were trying to just make sure they were courteous to others and, stay out of everybody's way. It's difficult because everybody wants to be outside, but I would have to say everybody really did do their best, I think, to try to maintain a level of separation between each other.
All right, we're getting a lot of questions from viewers, and one of the first ones that they want to know is, when will the bathrooms be open on the boardwalk?
The bathrooms are open. The bathrooms are open on the boardwalk. And Beach Patrol takes the stands today at 10 a.m. And we will have the same number of guards in the stands that we had Memorial Day weekend last year. So we are prepared, and all the restrooms and comfort stations on the boardwalk are open.
Well, that's perfect. It leads into my next question, because I think there's been some confusion if they can exercise on the beach, but can they now lounge and get into the water as well?
Yes, the beach is open for sunbathing. Again, we are requesting everybody social distance. Jennifer, we have large, wide beaches in most areas, so there's a lot of area along the shore to separate. Yes, swimming will be allowed. That'll be regulated by the lifeguards based on the surf conditions, but the beaches will be open as normal, with the request, please, everybody social distance and be courteous to others.
Absolutely. And Senior Week, of course, is coming up. What advice do you have for parents and seniors and rental owners?
Senior Week is really a term. We don't really have a Senior Week. It's just been a term that's been given to that time of year because so many graduates typically come to Ocean City. I think individuals have to make their own choices and have to make the right decisions for themselves and their families. If you believe that your son or daughter can come down here and social distance and stay in small groups and do the things that they've been doing at home, then maybe it's okay for them to come. If you don't believe that that will happen, maybe it'd be best that this isn't the year that they come to Ocean City. We want to be clear about that. We want everybody to obey the rules and to do the things they're supposed to do. And if you happen to live in an area where there's a stay-at-home order, we're not inviting or requesting anybody break those stay-at-home orders either. So, we're trying to walk a fine line here, but at the same time, we're trying to make sure everybody is safe and makes the decisions that's best for them.
All right, this is sort of an all-encompassing one. When is mini golf going to reopen? And along with that, things like the Jolly Roger and the other amusement parks?
Well, we're not really sure about that. We do hope that, right now our restaurants are only open for carry-out, and that's creating quite a concern. We actually think if they had outside dining, it would really help us with social distancing and allow the private restaurants to do the right thing, which they're prepared to do. So we're hoping to get moved towards phase 2 and get outside dining. Hopefully miniature golf will be included in that. As far as amusements go, a lot of the attractions are, self-sustained. We're hoping some of those move to the earlier stages, but really that's up to the governor and how he moves forward with his roadmap to recovery.
Well, speaking of outside dining, what's your reaction to the Fishtails bumper table idea?
I think it's great. And Sean and Donna Harmon at Fishtails are very innovative. And, all of our restaurants are going above and beyond. They're prepared. You wouldn't believe some of the things that they've done to the interiors of their restaurant to create social distancing and this for the outside. I mean, that got a lot of national exposure, but it's really a very clever idea. And I think it's something you're going to see probably catch on real big here this summer.
Well, small business owners have more at stake than anybody when it comes to getting this right for sure. And I know they are definitely working hard on that. Before I let you go, looking ahead, getting questions about Sunfest and Bike Week. Do you see those still happening, or are you still sort of evaluating?
Yes, we're evaluating those now. It depends upon where in the plan mass gatherings will be allowed. And, we certainly want to wait and see and make sure anything that we approve is going to be done safely and be able to protect people. We've had to cancel Springfest and Cruising Week and some of the other things that we've had. We haven't decided what we're going to do with fireworks yet, but, we're going to be very cautious moving forward. And we're going to make sure we try to do all the right things as we ask people when they come to Ocean City to do the right things as well.
All right, Mayor Rick Meehan, you're becoming my regular co-anchor here every other week, it seems. Thank you so much. Thanks for always being willing to answer our questions.
Okay. Talk to you soon, Jennifer.
All right.
Everybody stay safe.
Take care. You as well.